Welcome to In the Know with Steph and Joe. In the Know with Steph and Joe is all about small business development. These two entrepreneurs bring real-life experience, laughter, and, well, just a ton of knowledge on how to build your small business and make it thrive. After all, this is your creation. Now learn how to make it sing. In the Know with Steph and Joe airs Fridays at 3 p.m. right here on 216 The Net. Like, follow Steph's books and Restoration One of Cary, along with 216 The Net on Facebook, and subscribe to the 216 The Net YouTube channel.
You know, I get no love when we come to the intro because Marty just called me out and I was completing a task to get the door. That's why I cut off Stephanie.
I think I need to know. My task today is to learn what a jack wagon is.
Yeah. Jack wagon?
Yeah.
Really?
Stick around. Yeah.
Stick around.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Can't wait. Jack wagon.
There you go. I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn so quickly. Not in the first 5 minutes. Save it to the end of the show. All right. Yeah.
So what are we doing today, guys? We're completing tasks. Who's here?
Thank you.
Oh, hi. I'm Marty Jalove with Master Happiness, business coach, fancy entrepreneur,
You know, if your
bacon
first name
lover.
was you'd be the Marty Jalove.
That's I like that better. Maybe
He
I'll
really
change
is.
it.
You know, I've also-
I am the Marty Jalove.
And he really
love
is.
it.
He
Yeah.
really is. He's a celebrity.
That's right. I brought my sidekick with me.
You know, all these bald heads in here. I
That's
feel
right.
like I'm a little out. A little
Exactly. There you go.
Hey, I'm Joe Janicki. I own Brightway Insurance in Lake Zurich. We are a independent insurance agency.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We are mainly a personal lines agency, so
Okay.
we can help with business insurance, small business, but mainly we're home, auto, umbrella, boat, motorcycle, flood,
All the lines that I need on my person.
There
and
you go.
100 companies to place it through.
Love that. All right, so we're here talking completing tasks,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I brought you two on. First off, I'm gonna say Joe because he's one that is out in the world and people see him doing things, right? And so therefore, if you are seen doing things, you have an idea of how to get things done.
You would think.
You would think,
Right.
right? Marty, love that you're here because you are a doer of doers,
Oh,
right?
thank you.
You do the do, right?
I at least look like I do.
I mean, somebody will do.
Yeah, exactly.
But you help people get shit done.
Exactly. Yes.
Right?
That's what it's all about.
And so today, let's talk completing tasks. Anybody want to start or anybody
First
want
of
to?
all, completing task. Derek says Jameson, he'll be here in 10 minutes.
Nice. There you go.
Well, hello, folks.
I was wondering- I was-
Derek, dude,
this
come
is-
on down.
I was
This is
wondering
our task
what
we
took
need
him
to
so long
complete
to
today.
Yeah, what
Here,
took him so long to
right
get
here.
logged in?
And the task today is to finish that bottle by the end of the show.
There you
You
go.
know,
No
the
problem.
problem
It's game
is that we actually also have grab that. We have only one person's drinking JMO, so the other
Oh.
person's drinking a bottle of wine. So
Wow.
there's a little bit, and then I'm drinking beer. So there's a lot that we can't complete today,
Probably not.
and therefore we need to understand how to progress it into the next.
Exactly.
Right?
Keep it classy, McHenry. I got a plastic cup and a bottle of wine.
That's
We are-
right.
Listen, Steph would hate you because hate me because I brought red Solo cups, and she hates
Oh,
red Solo cups. She only wants like blue, green, whatever.
Wow.
So yeah, she's totally.
Well, tell her it's my company color. So
Is it?
Yeah. So there you go.
That's what I was trying to do.
Thanks.
I was really working
pig.
for
The
that.
pig.
All right. So first and foremost, it comes to completing tasks. What do you guys do to get to start yourself off in completing a task? Right. If you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it?
Well, all right. That's the obvious one. One bite at a time.
Wow, cliche.
One bite
Thank
at a
you.
time.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think the first thing you got to do is I always say define the task, determine the priority and the deadline. That's where I start.
Are those like SMART goals?
They're alike but different. Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't spell smart, but it could be.
It
Yeah.
could be.
SMART goals, the specific, measurable,
Yeah.
attainable, relevant, and time bound. Yes.
Right.
But it's the main thing. If you're going to narrow it down to just a couple of things, tell me how to prioritize it. I've got 10 different things to do. You're giving me something else. What does it replace? Where on the list is it in the priority? And then second, when do you need it done? Because if you can tell me those things, then I'll get it done. If you tell me it's got to be done this week, then I'll do it this week. If you tell me it's got to be done in 6 months, then I know it's maybe a lower down on the priority. And that's the first thing you got to do to get things done. If you don't tell them a deadline or priority, what happens is I will always do the last task you give me. I'll stop what I'm doing and do the new thing you gave me. And I'll say, all right,
Latest and greatest.
yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So prioritizing. How do you, Joe, prioritize when you need to get something done? If somebody comes to some, like we've all had people run up to us and go, I need this.
Exactly. Yes.
And it's hard. I'm a guy that is like, ooh, something shiny. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
That it is not hard for me to divert and be off task in a matter of
That
seconds.
might be why I'm drawn into you, is because you have such a shiny head that I'm like,
That's
ooh,
it.
shiny.
That's it.
Well,
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm also amazed at how far this show has already gotten off task from the time we already started. So
You shake his head.
We'll be here.
Shake his head and then ask it a question. You get the answer at the top. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Oh.
that's it.
no,
Listen,
so
first off, he's the one who said he'd be drawing it off course in our tests.
Yeah.
before,
yeah,
right?
well, now you know.
And now
Now you know, and I'm the one with
That's right.
ADD.
I knew it
So
was gonna be me.
So I'll tell you, like, what works best for me, task wise, is really because my brain never shuts down. I'm sure you can relate. I don't know about you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So at night, if I take my list, and Marty and I were talking about this last week, I have a list. It's in a Rocket book, and I write on that Rocket book everything I need to get done, right, for the next day. I plan my day the night before. Go to bed. If something pops up, I throw it on that list at night. I can sleep. I don't have to think about it. The next day, when I get to the office, the first thing I do is reprioritize that list and I rewrite it in priority order. So I look at it and go, okay, what are my hot things that need to get done? They go first, and I rewrite it again. I erase the other side, and I work off that list through the day. And it's in priority order now. So that's my list. If I get 80% of it done, cool. The rest of it will carry over onto the list for tomorrow.
How many
We'll do the same
items do you
again.
have on that list on a day?
Great question.
On a day-to-day basis.
Great question from the audience.
Yeah. No, thanks. There's about 12 to 15
Every day.
every day.
And what kind of tasks is it? Get up, brush my teeth, poop. I mean, what kind of what kind of stuff is on there?
No, it's a good
Not
question.
necessarily that order. Right.
No, it's
Yeah.
a great question. It's a great question
Take
because
a shower.
there are some client related things that go on there. There are some business related things that go on there. There's also, hey, I got to renew my membership with the chamber. I
Buy
got
my
to send that
wife
bill,
some
right?
flowers.
My Chase bills
Yeah.
due. It came in my mind at night while I was thinking about, I remember to pay that, and it's got to get paid tomorrow,
Sure.
right? That has to go on that list, and that's an easy one to knock off, right?
So anything out of the ordinary, because obviously brush your teeth, theoretically, you do that every day. Okay,
We would-
theoretically, right? But so it's got to be the stuff that stands out.
Roll the dice, honey.
depends on what time I get
Right,
up.
right.
Really. Yeah.
If he doesn't, I mean, he does a lot of meth by the look of it. He doesn't, folks. He's a great insurance guy.
I still have my teeth. I still have my teeth. So
Listen, even if, it doesn't matter. Even if he did, that makes him do more insurance.
There you go. There you go.
He's a great
And look at it. He's taking a quote. He's giving a quote right now in the
Yeah.
phone.
Giving quotes
Sorry, yeah.
right now online.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell Mary. Oh, that's Mary. She's literally texting you.
Wow.
Tell
Gentlemen,
Mary,
the
get
Mary
off the
Shep.
show.
Nice.
Shep, of course, she had an incredible run here at 21.6.
She did.
Mimosa Lifestyle. So do all three of you write down a list of things? Are you pen to paper guys?
I occasionally do.
Okay.
I have multiple lists all over. I need to write a list of where all my lists are. Okay. That's what I really need to do. Okay.
I think we have a common theme here.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a psychiatrist listening? Somebody can help us, with some.
No.
Yeah.
No. Not for me.
Somebody with hair.
Oh.
Close enough.
I should sit in between. We could be a hair growth commercial.
Progression.
The evolution.
That's right.
Listen, we're already off task. I do write down what I need to get done during the day.
Okay.
I have one spot I write it. it's one notepad. When that notepad runs out, I get a brand new notepad, and that's
That's
so
cool.
all of my things I like to physically, as you said, Ken, physically write them down.
Yeah.
Right, and literally write out my whatever it may be. I don't do it in a Rocketbook because, God damn it, I'm not putting that shit online.
It's not online.
Don't. I really, yeah.
Just
That's what
erase
a
it.
Rocket don't care. Erased. Less
All right.
work.
So when you're done, you just rip it up, throw it away, and then you're done. All right.
I'm literally scratching them off.
Yeah, yeah.
The whole list is
But
scratched.
one of the things that I always tell people when I'm coaching people is leave some of the done tasks on the list.
Yeah.
So this way, when you're looking at the list, and I got 5 things to do. You're also looking at 5 things crossed off. So you're congratulating yourself. I am making progress instead of.
Do you know how big my ego is? I don't need conclusions.
All right.
My ego's huge.
That's
I
what-
don't need
Yeah,
conclusions.
exactly.
Yeah, no, literally. My wife would say the same thing. I don't need that part. I love that aspect.
Yeah.
Because that's something I would totally tell my daughter.
Sure. Okay.
Right? Like she's one that needs those completions to see exactly what she's doing.
You don't need it. All right. I like it. Yeah. So this way, even at the end of the day, if I didn't do anything, I can say, well, I got 5 things crossed off.
From yesterday,
they're still crossed off. All right.
So I'm going to throw this out there. Marty brought up a good point and said his lists are all over the place. There are so many electronic tools right now. And I get yelled at. And Mary, I don't know if you're listening or just texting me, but I get yelled at because I like to use all of them.
Right.
Especially with my team.
Yes.
And they get confused because they don't know where it's coming from. So I'll reassign tasks to people and we'll delegate things. And they don't know if it's coming from Teams, which has a task manager in it.
Sure.
If it's coming from email, which, Outlook has a task manager in it. If it's coming, or where the task is coming from, because I've got them all. So for me, I have to rein it all in. And we're like, if it's on the paper for me, we're good. But when I start using, and I can pull them all up for you because I've got them all right here.
Sure.
Every task manager is here. And I use them all, but it gets confusing. It gets you lose it.
Where's it coming from?
Right.
Where did I put that?
And I don't know.
I don't have to write a check for so and so, but I don't remember where I wrote it down at.
Right.
So the fact that you run, it's your business. Shouldn't you just set the law and say, this is the task manager we're using? We're all using the exact same thing.
Yeah, but isn't that on him? Because he's
that's what I'm saying.
Using 12 different platforms.
And now granted, when I work with, I have multiple clients and they're different businesses and they all use their own systems. I can't tell them, I know you've been doing that for 10 years. Scrap that. Do this instead because it's convenient for me. No. So I have to learn to use all of these different things. I hate to say it, have no excuse. Sorry, Joe.
I don't. And I am the problem. I am the problem. I'll admit that. I am the problem. Mary is the integrator in our business.
Yes.
And really she handles a lot of the day-to-day. And she's the one that's now on me telling me, hey, you're the problem.
Right.
Fix it. So,
So one of the things on a website you pull up real quick and say, it says, and I'm not going to say what website, but number 3 in it says, keep your tasks in one place.
Nice.
Out of 10, number 3 is keep your tasks in one place.
So true.
I think we all kind of agree. We got to put them in one place.
Yes, right? I do agree.
So if
our producer Kent here showing us his book.
That's his book. I've seen that book multiple times.
Okay.
So, yeah,
that's where you keep your stuff. Your
wow, that is organized.
Here I can show you my goals for the year.
It's an agenda too.
Wow.
So it's not just it's a planner plus task list.
So I too once was like young Joe.
Which
Janecki, not me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, which one is young?
I was gonna say that's a far stretch. I don't see you being me.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go all digital. I really ignore my phone.
Sure.
I hate it. I hate the buzzing. I got the alerts off. I hate it. Right. So I tried to go all digital, and it would be like, I'd be like, I'm not even looking at it.
Right.
I grew up, phones on the wall. I don't need them. So I it's my hashtag pocket computer, right? But I had to go back to a paper, write things down, everything.
Sure.
And if I don't complete it that day, I just draw a line and say, "Oh, I got to get that tomorrow."
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I don't prioritize.
But you should.
Right? What I do is I'm like, well, I guess you should say I prioritize, but if I didn't get it yesterday, all right, that
top of the list for tomorrow.
Right. So, I grew up with the planners, Franklin Day planners.
Sure.
Your circle of rolling.
Right.
What?
So that's kind of where I get it from. But I also look at it and go, I don't have to do that today.
Hang
It wasn't
on.
important yesterday. It ain't gonna be important.
So
So it's going to be on the list still.
That's a good point. Are these things that, like, do you guys, when you put something on your list, does it have to hit a certain specification to just make the list? Because to me, I'm like, tie my shoe. Nope.
Well, right.
On the
And I
list,
think
right?
that's what we talked about with Joe.
Correct.
Brushing your teeth is not going to go on the list.
But
It's
there's
breathing.
certain things that you might want to put on the list, or certain things that you're like, yeah, it's going to go on the list. Like, I know I got to do it.
Yes.
One of the things is right now I have on my list is I have to drive to Michigan and get a piano.
Okay.
It's just there on my list.
They have pianos in Illinois.
They do.
I'm not.
Uh,
It's a inherited piano from family or
You can get them free,
Yeah.
but nobody wants to.
Nobody wants a
Nope,
piano.
nope.
And just because you
Hey,
have it on
hey.
market-
All right. Anyway,
Hey,
that's
hey,
right.
hey.
That's right. It's
Don't-
somebody
hey,
inherited it. Somebody inherited it. Right.
Do you think
Yeah.
I understand what pianos are worth?
Have you ever
Yeah,
moved an upright
please.
piano? Have you ever moved one?
I think Kent can tell you. Kent will testify that I know more about pianos than you
Wow.
probably think I know about pianos.
I don't want
All
to. I want nothing to do. I got one of them free before too, and it was the worst
I'm
day
just
of
telling
my
you,
life.
I know what I'm walking into. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's
Okay.
on my list of things to do.
We're talking about
Mom.
pianos.
Hi, Mom.
But let me ask you.
Oh, hi, Mom. Hi, Linda. That's Steph's mom.
Okay.
Say hi.
Steph's in the
Hi.
bathroom.
Hi, Steph.
Hi, Steph's mom.
Steph's in the bathroom.
Is Steph
Nice.
going to the bathroom?
Again,
Steph,
again,
hey.
again.
Maybe she doesn't know she's not here again.
Oh,
Way to ride her die show.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
well, listen.
Just ignore.
She announced it. She announced it last time.
Strike that from the record, Your Honor.
There you go.
It's tax season. It happens.
So let me ask you about the piano. Let me go back to the piano.
Okay.
I'll be the one to keep us on task.
Thanks.
Okay.
Let's
All right,
gear
all right,
back
there
to
you go.
to
The piano.
original. Yeah,
So,
yeah. So
do
I
you-
have a task.
Right. Do
It's
you have
not on my
but
list.
it's not on your list, but do you have a date? Like when do you have
Yep.
to get this? When do you have to get it
It's
done?
on my calendar.
All right. So let's say it's a month from now. You have 6 months to get it, a week.
Within when I first heard about this, I had a month before said person giving the piano to us was moving out of their house, so they
Okay.
had to be out. So, but I can't get there in that month. So
It's an hour-long show. How when
we're
when
getting the
it's
piano to a place, and then I'm going.
All right.
I've scheduled
Okay.
with a friend
All
to
right.
go and pick it up.
Okay, so you've got a deadline. It's got to be picked up by X date,
Correct.
whatever the date
Yes,
is. Okay.
relatively speaking.
Yes. All right, and so you've got other things that are more important that need to get done because you could leave
Right.
right now and get it.
My point exactly.
Right.
Right.
So I'm going to go back to my point: is whether you wrote it down or not, you prioritized it and you set deadlines.
Correct.
how is it on your calendar if you don't already have a date to pick it up? Where is it on your calendar?
I made a date.
Okay.
I said I
Was
reached
there-
out to a friend and said, "Hey, I need
Was there anything else on that date?
you to ride or die with me." And he goes, "I'm in."
So that's a date. You're going.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's done.
No, it's in the calendar. But if something were to come up, that's just a little bit more important.
Uh-huh.
Don't care. That's
Right.
fine.
Yeah. There you go.
Literally immediately moved.
There
Right.
you go. There you
So
go.
I'm not writing it down. It's in the calendar. I have nothing going that day.
Okay.
It's an all-day event, nothing going that day. So if the day comes along, great. I do it, and I still don't have
Okay.
anything going.
So
but
it's not a high priority. I mean, if you ended up for whatever reason, too many things got in the way and you lost the piano, that could
I
happen.
wouldn't lose the piano. It's
Okay.
going to my mother-in-law's,
Okay.
my in-laws.
All right.
So like it's literally going to be at their house. So I'm
Okay.
not worried about losing it.
Okay.
That's literally it. Is like what? That's my point. Was what do you put onto the list versus not
Okay.
on the list?
Right.
That's something that's not on my list. It's in my
But-
calendar saying, "Yeah, I'm going to get it done," but that's not something
Yeah,
that I'm like.
But I guess I want you to define what you mean by the list because it is on your calendar. So it's on that list, the greater list.
A
Get
list.
it done. Right.
All
Right.
right.
It's not on I got to get it done today.
Fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, all
So
right.
it's not your to-do list today,
Mhm.
but it is your to-do list this year, this 6 months, this quarter. Whatever it is. Whatever.
Well, okay. To my point is, what do you put on the list? What's the priority? of
I
things
say-
that you put
I
on the
say it's
list?
anything that is out of the ordinary that you know has to be done. That's what it comes down. I know it's
Ordinary would be brush my teeth, wipe
Yeah.
my butt.
Yes.
right. So those are the
You in
things.
front. Yes.
Yes, you those Go ahead.
Hang on,
Yeah,
hang on.
exactly. Exactly.
Marty,
Great.
finish.
No,
finish
just
your
in other
thought.
words, there are certain things that are habitual that we're going to do over and over and over again all the time, right? Like brushing our teeth. So I don't have to put that on a list. But the different things like my insurance bill is coming up. I have to pay it. It's due by this date. I've got to. Yeah,
They're
exactly.
going to pull the money
That's
anyway.
right,
So they already
exactly.
sent the notice.
It doesn't matter.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm screwed.
I know his agent.
That's right. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
We have a question from the audience.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Define task list.
Oh,
Because,
yes.
because what I'm hearing is it sounds like some things go on the calendar, but we say that that's a task, right? So my family knows, my kids know everything, right? My son, if I don't put it on my calendar, it doesn't happen,
Okay.
right?
Right.
But I don't, it's not a, so when I think of a task list, I think of going back, again, let's roll back to the
Honey-
70s.
A honey-do
80s.
list?
Yeah.
A honey-do list?
You know, on Saturday morning, mom had that list on the
Yeah.
table.
Yep.
And
Chores
that
list.
better be done by lunch, right?
Right.
And you, right? Or a grocery list. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Sounds like some of this conversation is, it's on my calendar.
Well, that's
Right,
different.
which is the
Yeah.
but to me that's still the ultimate list. It's a long-term list.
Yeah.
Which on a little side note,
Interesting.
yeah, the side
I
note
like
is
that.
the honey-do list. Why is it that I always get a honey-do list from my wife, but I wouldn't dare give her a list?
Make
A list for her.
list
Yeah,
for
yeah.
her.
I would never do that. I would never contemplate that.
Really?
No. Yeah.
Really?
Really. Yeah. You would?
What would you put on it? What will you put on it? You're going to go home and do it tonight. What are you going to put on it?
What are you going to put on that list?
Yeah. Gary, are you listening?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're not gonna mention what I would put on the list.
Yeah.
All right.
The idea
Mrs.
is-
Turner, Mrs. Turner, are you out there? Put in the chat what he
You
should
gotta
put on the
have a
list.
But have her create it and make it think that it was her idea.
There you go. Perfect.
That's
Perfect.
You guys are
So-
so cute.
so
and
Joe-
naive.
So, Joe,
So cute and naive.
Here, what-
Right.
I asked you that
She's
question.
been married for 10 years.
Right. Exactly.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I've been married longer than that.
11.
Whatever.
This guy.
And he got carried in a chair. Hey,
I
Right.
did. Almost thrown into the ceiling.
yeah.
All right, go
So,
ahead.
so you brought
Go
the
ahead.
piano thing. You talked about the calendar, and I'm glad you brought this up because for me, the calendar and the list are two separate things.
I agree.
And if it hits my calendar, it's
Correct.
it's happening. That's an event. I have a meeting. I have this. I have that. Whatever. If it's on the calendar, it's getting done. Like if it's made it that far, it's
Interesting.
solidified.
So, is your task list versus your calendar almost like a level of?
Well,
It's almost like if it's a major enough event, you're blocking time for it. Blocking time.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
such a trigger word for
Yeah.
some people.
Time blocking stupid.
I didn't say that, mother. I
But
said
it does work for some
blocking-
people.
blocking
Yeah.
time. I didn't say time blocking. I said blocking time. Look at this guy coming in. Wow, good hit.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you know that this said task is
Yes.
going to take an exorbitant amount of time, and
Yes.
you need to actually say this is the time frame I'm
Right.
going to be completing, or it's an appointment or whatever.
Sure.
That makes sense to put it in the calendar.
exactly. And it would hit that.
But
way
if
for me.
it's like, hey, I gotta go and split oh god, this one just came on like split wood. Because my task to do for the weekend.
Right.
What's what you guys called it initially?
That's that's why he was late to the studio today. By the way,
That's right.
splitting wood.
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
Grab
the black foot.
That's right.
So here's my when I saw you guys were going to be completing tasks. Is it important? A lot of people sometimes think it is, but a task list. I'm giving that to somebody.
Oh, okay. All right.
Understand? I've got a
Different
team,
different
I've got a
mindset.
team,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep, different
I need you
mindset.
to get this done.
Sure.
I'm giving you a task list. It usually comes from somebody else. I don't have a task list per se for myself, but here are some things I need to get done. And if they get done, great. Like I said, if not, you point it to. And I've had arrows that go for weeks.
And that is, I think, a great point to what Joe was making earlier when
Yeah.
he goes,
Yeah.
"Hey, I got a task list for all my employees, and it's in 17 different spots."
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like,
There you go. There.
well,
What are
that's
their
not gonna
tasks?
do very good.
Find your tasks.
Go get them, kids.
That's right. So I think what it comes down to is, first off, a task is just something we have to do, or we have to make sure someone else does. So now it just seems like this hour of semantics has been brought to you by Webster's Dictionary, right? I mean, we're talking about, this is on my calendar, this is my to-do list, this is on my task list. I think it's different titles for the same thing. These are things that need to get done by a certain time. When do I do them, and how do I track them?
And
That's
with that, let's take a station break, and let's just give a shout out to some good companies today. Joe, what do you got?
There you go. Somebody
Joe.
say who are you with and where are you from?
Oh,
Sorry.
Brightway Insurance, the Janicki agency out in Lake Zurich.
What a good dude.
A complimentary quote if they say they heard it today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow,
Anytime.
nice.
And what's
They
cool,
do that all the time.
That's right.
what's cool about what we do is that we do all the shopping for you. So I've got 100+ companies that we work with. No need to go out and look for your home, auto, umbrella, all that. We can do it all in house for you. So
Insurance
You're the
carriers.
part of insurance.
Wow.
we are, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100+ insurance carriers he's
Might be
shopping.
stupid.
That's incredible.
So you're not just going to one
Yeah.
carrier,
And
you're
the-
going to a bunch of them.
Right.
Not just
The
going to
Marty.
them.
And
Yeah.
So,
the
and I'm
Marty
that's
Jalove.
right.
Marty
The
Jalove.
Marty Jalove, master of happiness.
Yeah.
I help small businesses, teams, and individuals find focus, feel fulfilled, and have fun.
Wow.
Get
Wow.
tasks done.
Wow.
Wow.
Complete them.
I can't believe that he hasn't
How do
walked
you-
into
how-
an elevator before.
How do they get in touch with you?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the easiest way is
Yeah.
to find me online, masterhappiness.com or what'syourbacon.com.
What's
that's a good
your
one.
bacon?
That's right.
That's a good one.
I was gonna say,
And
Master
if you
Happiness.
mention
Definitely
this,
do that.
I'll make sure Joe gives you a free quote on it. Sure. Okay.
Complimentary.
Complimentary.
Wait, we're gonna make
complimentary.
sure Joe gets 2 free
Yeah,
quotes.
exactly. There you go.
So I do want to say that I work with this gentleman right here, and I've seen him work with other companies. And if you are looking to move your business to the next level, this is the guy you need to pick up the phone and call right now.
Thank you.
Oh, that
Oh,
was cute.
man.
Don't call now though. Call in
Yeah,
about
and like
30
after 4, right, right.
minutes.
Let's
Yeah,
get back to the
that's
show.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's get back on track.
Okay.
Hey.
Aha.
Boom.
Thank you.
All right.
You were late on that.
I was.
Yeah, you were.
Sure.
So we're talking about getting tasks done. How often do you guys actually work or review all of your tasks that you have and like right? Because we've been talking
sure.
mainly about like the day-to-day
Right.
stuff, right? But there might be something that's like, I know I have tasks that I have set out for projects that are into the fall.
Sure. Mhm.
And so just knowing those, they're not on my calendar,
Right.
but they're in a task list that I have
Okay.
to get done.
Sure. Okay. So how often do I
How often
review those?
would do you go back and review your tasks, review those? Obviously the day-to-day ones,
Yeah.
day-to-day.
I would say that I review the, let's say weekly tasks or monthly tasks. I review weekly. Okay. I really do every week. Sometime beginning of the week, end of the week, I review. Am I catching up? Am I heading off in the wrong direction? Am I hitting all the goals I want? And do I have to rearrange? Those are kind of the shorter term goals. To say that I've got longer term goals, it's really easy to say I've got 10-year goals, what I want to do in 10 years. And I can break it down to say, what do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish in 3 or 5 years? What do I want to accomplish this year? And so I've got to review those quarterly, let's say, or at the end of every year. I want to look at this, go back and see how my year has progressed and what kind of changes I make.
And you put
Okay.
your timelines on your goals, so you know to
Yes.
go back and hey,
Yes.
every week this is a month goal.
Right.
If I'm halfway through the month and I'm hitting it every week, I'm looking at it and I go,
Then I'm
"Oh,
cool.
I'm shit.
golden.
I'm not going to make this
Okay,
goal
yeah,
for the
yeah.
end of the month, right? I gotta
Right.
buckle down or
But it's important to understand that goals can change. Okay. It's wonderful to say, I want a 10-year goal. This is what I want to do in 10 years, or this is what I want to do by the end of the year. But I can only be in control of so much. There's outside problems, competition, factors. Right. Thank you for the word. Weather, whatever. Okay. That affect. Thank you so much. You sure you don't want to do a commercial? Okay. And so
no,
what
I would get in trouble doing.
that's right. All right. So anyway, while I'm doing that, and I might say, this is what I want to have accomplished by the end of the month, but I forgive myself to say I got all these other things that got in the way. As long as I didn't procrastinate, as long as I didn't allow them to get in the way, if there are things beyond my control that got in my way, then I have to forgive myself, restructure for the next month.
Outside, that would be like COVID hit. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a big one.
COVID was an outside factor that threw a lot of our goals out the window.
Completely.
Kind of, right? So that would be an outside factor.
Completely. Yeah.
How do you assess, or either of you assess, outside factors versus inside factors that deviate you from your goal?
You get
Or
that?
your task?
Yeah,
or your-
yeah.
Your task, your
I
goal,
think-
whatever. Yeah,
I'll tell you one of these things that I'm a bacon lover.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Who is?
So yeah, there you go.
Come on.
So
Fools.
exactly.
Fools.
Fools. There you go. So one of the things I ask myself at given points in time is, am I eating, heating, or cheating? Okay. And what can I give you this scenario?
Eating,
All right.
cheating,
Heating or cheating.
cheating.
Right. So give you a scenario. At home, my home office is a stand-up desk. I'm working all the time. Off in the distance, not too far, is a lazy boy recliner facing a big screen TV. So every once in a while, it calls to me. It's like, Marty, come and visit. Right. And so I'll go over there, sit down in it. Maybe I'll take my laptop, pretending I'm actually going to do some work. I turn on the TV for the slight distraction. Right. Before you know it, I either fall asleep or I'm watching a movie. What I have to ask myself is, am I eating, heating, or cheating? Am I eating? In other words, did I do all the things I needed to do to get here? And this is my reward. Am I eating the bacon? Am I enjoying it? So do I deserve to sit in the chair? Secondly, am I heating? In other words, am I doing the things I need to do to get to where I want to go? In other words, maybe I have to sit in the chair because I'm exhausted and I need the rest. I need to recharge my batteries in order to go back at it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not a no to both of those, then I'm cheating myself. So, and if I'm cheating myself, then I have to be really honest with myself, get up and go back to work. Okay. And that's how I tackle that.
Hey, all I was ever told, you jump into that recliner, you hit L for loser.
Wow. Wow.
You kick it into L. Like,
And the
That's
only
right.
one, and the only one,
Nice. Wow. Just pull all the thunder out of my statement right here.
There's a fact to both of those,
Yes.
right? Like that's your mindset. I love that. Your mindset is, am I allowed to get this reward?
Right. Is this what I was fighting for? Is this what I'm working so hard for?
Why are you going to work? You sit in that lounge chair. Are you sitting in that lounge chair because you worked hard, or are you not going to let yourself ever sit in that lounge chair?
first of all, Kent doesn't have one in his house.
Wow.
I just say-
I like that.
Right.
You know, it's important when he talks about himself in the
Yeah.
third
Third
person. Right?
I do have it in my house, but I do have it in my house. It ain't in the room that I sit.
He does.
Kent doesn't
Yeah,
have
let's
one.
There you go.
Let's not have lounge chair.
Yeah.
No kind of lounge chair.
So it depends your mindset and what you.
Yeah.
So a couple things is if you think that you work from 8 in the morning till 5 at night,
Yeah.
and you're sitting in that recliner in between those hours, you're gonna always say you're cheating yourself,
Okay.
right? That's just no.
If your mindset,
most.
right. If your mindset is these are the hours I have to work, right.
Because I'm on the clock. I can't do that. If you're an entrepreneur, all of us in this room are, and it's 2 PM and you go, man, I'm going to sit down and get lost in some restoration world or whatever.
Oh,
that's the,
Nothing
right?
I like better than that.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
wet.
Yes,
Bring it.
exactly.
Floppy.
That's
And
right.
and it used to bother me, but when I understand, like, yeah, but I never got mad at myself for working at 8 at night on a Saturday,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So the task list, so I'm working on my task list, but I get mad at myself for sitting in the recliner at 2 watching Sesame Street.
Yeah.
But I would never get mad at myself for taking the time away from my family at 8 on a Saturday,
Okay.
right? So once you realize, you're like, it don't matter. I'm going to sit in that chair at some point.
Yeah. Right. But the question
Well,
is,
but-
why are you sitting in the chair at that particular time? Is it because you deserve it? Is it because you need the rest to do something else, or are you just really wasting time?
Sometimes it's because I'm the boss, and hell, I can do it.
Well, then that's it. Then
You
you're
earned it.
eating.
That's
Then
the
you're
point.
eating. Then you're
Then
eating.
you're eating.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I love that.
There you go.
point. That's a great point.
All right, so there's a lot of small business owners, small to medium-sized business owners, that task themselves to death.
Yeah.
And they're getting so many tasks done, but they're not making any money.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So we got to talk about that too, because that's a huge. Oh man, I look at this test. And they got whiteboards. They got ripping things
Sure,
off,
sure.
crossing them off, things, dream boards, and all I keep.
Why is he
doing-
over there? He's so animated. You should be in front of the camera.
I'm just the producer, right?
No, we're no.
No, all right.
So
He's their entire audience.
There you go. That's right. That's right.
I am the live studio.
Oh, see, I didn't bring my glasses. I thought there was hundreds out there.
Derek Hartman too.
longer than 10 minutes.
It's
Right.
true in the sense of like what
You didn't let him
said,
finish.
right? Go ahead.
Yeah. So how do you deal with that, guys? How do you overcome, hey, Joe, I know you got 17 task lists everywhere, Janicki, but I just keep crossing them off. Look how busy I am, and yet I'm not bringing any money in, not making any sales. But look at all my tasks I'm getting done.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I think, to me, knowing your business.
Well, that's it. You got to get laser
And
focused.
being honest with yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to get laser focused. You can buckshot and spread yourself all over the place.
Spray and
And,
pray.
and everything is going to seem like it's important. At the end of the day, if you're not laser focused, you don't know exactly where you need to be and what you need to be doing to make money, then your tasks are irrelevant. You're just busy, right? So there's a difference, I think, between being busy and being focused
And being productive.
and being productive. Yeah.
How do you discern those when you are creating your task list? Right? What
The
how
bus-
do you-
the
how do
busy
you
work,
yeah,
right.
because I know how I discern mine that focus
Yeah.
me into what I need to do to get and make progress in what I'm doing. So I know how I do it.
Yeah.
Well, let me
How
ask
do
you a question.
y'all do it?
Let me
Yeah.
ask you a question.
Y'all.
How many
I like
people?
it. I like it.
Yeah,
How many people are on your team?
Good question. 14, 13, 14.
Listen. He works by himself. They're all on, they're all
They're all
on the Gary
independent.
team.
They were- they
They're
were-
on Gary's
Let's
team.
be honest.
Yeah, they weren't in spite of him. But let me ask you this: are the things on your list the things that only you can do?
Ooh.
There. No.
Okay, then that's the
Well,
problem.
no. So okay.
Interesting.
So if it makes my list, yes, I have to get it done.
I would say
If
two.
it's not, if I see it to be done and it is something that I'm not going to do, I will make sure that somebody else is in charge and doing it, and it's on their task list.
Yeah.
If they then my task list becomes follow up with that thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And
Right,
that's
sure.
literally maybe it.
And that goes on.
I gotta get really better at the follow up
That-
on that thing.
That goes on my calendar. If it's a follow up on, that goes on my calendar.
Because that's
I set the date.
your task. Your
That's a
task is the
follow-up.
follow.
my task is to follow up. So
Right.
and so we'll call it the quote unquote manager.
Uh-huh.
Right? These are manager tasks are to follow up.
Mm.
Those things don't go on my calendar. My follow-ups go on a separate list. I do we're really getting big and building our weekly meetings and weekly agendas, and each agenda is propagated for each week, saved each week. And so under those,
Right.
if something
You're
comes up-
delegating.
if something comes up that needs to be done, I put it on that weekly agenda.
Okay.
So there's a lot going into those things that I'm not really like, if it's on my schedule,
Yeah.
it's for me to do. If it's on my task list, it's for me to do.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on the
Yeah.
management.
I want to
side.
get back to his question, though. Is how do we discern the difference
Mhm.
between? Go ahead. Can you rephrase the question?
Yeah, I mean, we can do a bunch of tasks,
Right.
right? But how do we know when all we're doing is tasking ourselves to death?
Now, I could apply the same thing I was talking about, the eat,
Yeah,
the
eat.
eat, heat, or cheat, but
Okay.
instead we'll call it tasting, basting, and wasting. Okay, so we'll go the same thing. All right.
Yeah.
So what
I
it
want
is?
you to write every single one of these down.
Oh, you got 'em.
Yeah, I got 'em, I got 'em.
I know.
So-
There's a book.
There you go.
full of them.
That's
You
it.
show the book, Marty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the book.
Put the book on.
That's the book.
You
What is
can-
it?
you
Yeah,
can-
what's your
It is.
bake?
What's your
Here.
bacon? There
It's
you go.
available
Let me see it.
available on Amazon.
Yeah. Here you go. Let's get it in front of the
There we go.
A little higher. Oh, look at that.
Listen, say you heard it here at In the Know with Steph and Joe, and you can buy it for regular price.
There you go.
And
Nice,
get a free
nice.
quote.
That's right. And you get a free quote from Brightway Insurance. Complimentary.
These dirty hands that
Yeah,
are
that's
that
right.
are modeling the book, they do not come with the book.
Nice.
Jeff Bryan, I see you out there. Hello. Buy the book.
There you go.
There you go.
So anyway, what we're talking about is the task list. There are plenty of things that I put on my list. Plenty of things I put on my list that if I analyze the list and I go, wow, I got so many things to do. Immediately I jump to the fun things.
Yeah.
These are the things that are going to be the most entertaining. These are the things I want to do. And then I have to stop and go, oh, these are the things I want to do. These are the things I should do. These are the things I need to do. Right. and you have to separate. And it all comes down to being honest. Now you've got about 14 employees. You've got about like 60 employees, right? Something like that. Yeah.
Yes, 60,
Yeah. Something like that.
yes.
Something like that. And I can count all my employees on one fist. Okay.
Yeah.
Me, myself, and I.
That's right.
You're fisting?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
that's
boy.
a different show.
Hey,
It's a different show.
We're not FCC.
I understand. That's right. So, so I've got to be honest with myself. I've got to say, without a doubt, I've got to call myself out, because if I don't call myself out, who else is there?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I know you will. Right. And I think it's important. That's a good point, is to have, if you're not going to hire a business coach like Master Happiness, if you're not going to do that, what you do instead is have an accountability partner, someone you can talk to on a regular basis who will hold you to the fire and saying, really, how much time are you putting in that versus this? Didn't you say you were going to do this? What got in the way? Oh, well, there was, a Gunsmoke rerun on
But
TV.
how do you determine what is worth it and what's not, right? Like I could say the
Well-
certain fun things.
Well, and
I could
that's
say some things are
so-
fun, but I know other things.
Okay.
My mindset is when I have my list of tasks for the day, I go, all right, what's the worst ones? Great. A, B, C, and D. Those are the first three I'm going to do, right?
Okay.
And I'm doing all the worst ones first, so that by the
Okay.
end of the day, like to me, my mindset is always to just
Get rid of it.
pound and grind all the
Oh,
tough stuff,
Right.
get it all done first thing. And that way, the rest of the
Right.
day is like
And that's right. And that's your
fun,
mind. That's
easy, coasting.
that's your mindset. So you follow along with that eat the frog mentality. Okay, there you go.
I'm glad you brought that.
Oh,
one
yeah,
up.
there
I
you
was gonna
go.
bring that up.
That's right.
I'm glad you brought that up. Go ahead.
Joe, you more lean towards blocking time, right? Really
yeah.
try. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. I think.
no.
You leave
No,
yeah,
blocking
no, I
time.
think-
You lean on
No,
those.
I look back at both of these and go, then why the hell wouldn't you sit down in the morning and take your list
Yeah.
and just prioritize it?
Right.
What do I have to get? What is the top?
Yeah.
Forget the fun shit.
But that's
What do
right.
I have to get done?
And that's what Joe, the other Joe,
Excuse
is
my
saying.
language, folks.
He does that same
No.
thing.
Don't worry about that.
He-
Shit,
yeah.
bitch.
You're Friday.
He
It's
is-
Good Friday. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good
We're
Friday,
all
Good
we're all
Good
forgiving
Friday. Yeah,
today.
yeah,
Amen.
exactly.
Amen.
But so Joe is doing the same thing. He's prioritizing the toughest things, the ones that really have to get done.
First,
The things I hate. They
All right,
may
the
not be
things-
the
all right.
toughest. They just may
Just-
be things that I don't like to do.
But they have
The-
to get. But they have to
the
get done.
Worst to me.
But they have to get done.
Top of the list.
Right. And they
Because
have.
I'm gonna do them.
Right. You have
First
to.
thing
Right.
in the morning,
Right.
and then it's done.
Right.
And then the rest of the day is a cakewalk.
Yeah.
It's
So-
fun.
So
Why not?
I would say that eat the frog mentality doesn't necessarily work for you, because it sounds like you enjoy eating the frogs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So there you go.
Yes.
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 Like chicken.
There you go. That's right.
Frog legs? You ever have frog legs? Yeah. Lizard.
Ah,
It
yeah.
tastes like
Lizard
chameleon.
legs. Yeah. Exactly. A lizard that ate.
you know what I
each
love
other.
about Joe, though?
What do you love about Joe?
What I love about Joe is I can call him and be like, hey, Joe, tomorrow's Tuesday. Do you want to go to a 4-hour lunch and meet me? And he's like, let me look at my calendar. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Here's
That's
the thing,
good.
though, with completing my tasks is I'm about eating. To your point,
Right.
and your point is I'm about knocking the big things out right
Yeah.
away.
Right.
My kids want to wait till the end of the day to do the
Right.
dishes.
Right.
It's your day to do the dishes. They want to wait till the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well, damn it. By the end of the day, there's more dishes in the sink.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You're screwed. So great. I'm going out to hang out outside and whatever.
And I guess, does it matter if they wait to the end of the day, as long as they don't let them sit to the next day? Then it becomes a problem. But as long as you just get them done today.
My mindset is that's the worst thing.
I know. Right.
I rinse my own dishes and
Yeah.
put them in the dishwasher. If the sink was empty,
Sure.
but the sink's full, so I'm just gonna throw it in the
You
sink.
should
and go,
contemplate. I heard somebody say, get rid of all your cabinets. Just get 2 dishwashers. One's for clean, one's for dirty. And you just keep alternating. You never need cabinets again. That's another show. Another show. All right.
Folks, we have a question from the audience.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you to pay
That's
attention, Joe.
right. Somebody.
What works for me is understanding my energy throughout the day.
Yes.
I'm a morning person. I'm up by 5. by 5 every day, right?
You
And
sleep-
I
man,
know
you
by
sleep
8
late.
o'clock I can get a lot of things done. The phone doesn't ring. If they're the important things, emails, things like that, where doesn't concern other people who are sleeping at that time, I can rock them out and get them done. So I can be very, very productive by 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
By
Yeah.
the time most people get into the office, okay?
Right.
You've done 4 hours of work.
A lot. Yes, we'll go with that.
All right. I like that. I like that.
Right? No, but then I also know that between noon and 3, I'm a glob of shit.
Okay.
Right?
There you
Hang on now. Is that the sales mentality though? Because that's the way
Yeah.
our lives, all of our lives are built.
Literally sitting with Brian Bond, Aegis Solutions, a little shout out there, and he's like, "You look wiped out." I'm like, "Nope, just a glob of shit between noon and 3.
There you
You're
go.
trying to train and do shit with me here, and I'm looking at everything going, I don't fucking care right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
At 3
Literally,
o'clock though, boom, I get my second win. Let's go. I'll go to midnight. Right?
that's
Okay.
that's the way
So-
my wife looks at me, and the way she knows that I'm in, and kind of the
You're
way
you're her little glob of shit.
all,
Always.
between 2 and 3, between 2 and 3.
All right. All right.
right.
But all of us are kind of built that way, and that's the way our worlds are built. Is you get up in the morning, you have to get your work done. You have until noon. You may do a lunch, and then after lunch, don't worry, you don't have to face the savvy, dude. I'm picking.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's right.
me up. You're done until a happy hour at
Yeah.
4 or 5, right? And then maybe whatever. So then you got to bounce back and be on your game. And my wife always goes, "No, Joe operates morning, lunch, and dinner."
Okay.
And like everywhere in between the hours in between the meals are a really tough. It's you have to stay awake. You have to.
Right.
So it's a really
God.
it's a really good point.
True.
And I think you need to know yourself, your body, and know when your most productive
Function.
time is.
Correct.
Like for me, I'm like
Correct.
Kent. I'm up early. Like that is my if
You're
I'm
up
gonna get something-
ungodly early.
if I'm gonna get something
What's
done
ungodly?
it's gonna
early, just
happen.
curiously?
from
He's at
between
4 in the morning.
yeah,
He
I get up
starts.
early. Yeah, I do. So
Oh, you like
I know,
that?
I don't
Yeah.
like. I
No,
love
no.
him.
Yeah,
Oh
all right, cool.
man.
So-
No.
4 in the morning.
so-
dude.
No, I
so
like
I-
this guy. I want to take a nap in the middle of the day. Yeah. There you go.
So if I can jump in early, like before noon, I'm getting everything done before noon.
Yeah.
But for me, and then it tapers off until 3, and by 3, I'm a glob of shit. So
At 3,
and-
you're done.
yeah, I'm done at 3. Like
At
and
3.
at 3. So don't ask me to do anything productive after 3 o'clock. But my
Mine-
early morning,
Unless it's
I'm
a
in.
radio
You're,
show.
you're pounding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's a radio show.
God,
Yeah.
damn it,
Ah.
damn it.
and I'm in bed by 8.
This hour brought to you by Glob.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I'm in bed by 8 too.
Yeah.
Wow.
8 o'clock.
Okay.
I wait for 8 o'clock. I literally watch the clock and go, "Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Time to go to bed."
I literally go to bed at 11:30, get up at 5.
Okay. Wow.
These messages brought
6
to you by
hours,
Brightway
you
Insurance.
Literally get in and get out.
Yeah, man. I go into REM right off the bat.
Really? That's impressive.
Oh,
I should put that on my task list.
right.
Yeah.
But I think that's the most important thing about a task list and completing tasks is knowing your energy cycle.
Yep.
When you're getting
Yeah.
stuff done.
I'm not calling that time blocking because I've tried that on my calendar.
Right,
and whatnot.
right.
Like,
Fuck
hey,
time blocking.
from
Yeah.
10 to 12, I'm going to make calls to my clients, right?
Yeah.
And then something blows up or whatever, and then you're looking at that time block. Fuck.
Yeah.
Beat
It
myself
takes
up.
someone very special to do time blocking.
I'm just saying.
Special.
What do you
I said special. You're good. Yeah.
special?
Yeah. No, I'm envious. I'm envious that it works for you. I am envious. I'm envious. No.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Thank God nobody listens. Thank God.
No, it's all good.
Wow, that's right. Wow. Wow. We have
From
two.
back and
Look,
forth.
there's 2
Yeah.
eyeballs up
I
there.
see Jeff
Wow.
on there. I see. Is Derek
We have
still on?
Jeff and Mom for sure.
There you go.
Derek might be still there. Who knows who's
Can we-
listening?
Yeah, one
Can
of
we
them
take
is my
calls?
phone.
Can we take
Well,
it?
this is only Facebook. We have the people that tune in on
Yeah.
the actual.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, we're not just one task master.
Can we take calls?
Oh, we can take calls.
Oh,
Who's
do you really
calling in?
want to? Yeah,
No, we're not.
All right,
taking
no
calls.
comment.
Shack wagon.
that's right.
Define jackwagon. That's right.
I saw the packages at Jewel Jack
Yeah,
Wagon.
Jack wagons?
Yeah.
No, really?
No.
I was gonna say, what?
So how important is completing tasks in the grand scheme of things from a business standpoint? How important?
Great question.
I would say it's critical. If you're not completing tasks, why are you in business? What
Make
do you
money?
what is your whole business about? I mean, the business is, if the business is not just a series of tasks, whether I'm doing the things I need to support my business or to support my customers, if I don't do those, if I don't complete them, why would you hire me? Where does my income come from?
Well, here's why.
Hang on. Let me interrupt and say that tasks are not like, hey, I got to get a sales through,
Right.
right? Hey, this is not me completing my widget, right? And doing a widget to do my sale,
Okay.
right? It's not me selling a policy for Joe Janicki.
Okay.
That's not.
So then how are
task.
you defining, I guess,
Right. Task
let's
to
go
me is
back to
something-
3. How do you define
A task to me is something outside of my normal business
Okay.
operation.
but that's
that
important?
progresses my business.
Okay. So
Correct.
then let's just put it that way. If you are happy with your business being where the level it's at, and you are not in fear of becoming stagnant, then you don't need to do anything else.
No.
Right. So you're just doing
No.
you're just doing
No,
the
if you are no, I'm the solid believer that if you're stagnant, you're
that's what I'm saying.
You're
If
losing.
you're not stagnant, right?
Right.
If you're not but if you're not stagnant and you don't need to do anything, you don't need to evolve, then you don't need any tasks. But if you truly, who here feels it? Yeah, number 1. Thank you. You're number 1 too. Okay, so who here believes that we aren't stagnant? In other words, we need to grow, we need to evolve, we need to do these.
I
additional
don't think
things.
we are all stagnant. And
No.
this guy is
Okay,
about to
again,
explode
Yeah.
with air
Again,
that he's holding back.
The show title is completing tasks.
Yes.
Right.
How important is completing tasks?
Yeah, I guess we always go back to, and I'm sorry, I'm just taking over your show.
You really are.
Yeah, that's all right.
Corey, did I know you were going to
Hey,
do
yeah,
that?
hey,
Yes,
you
I
don't,
did.
you don't walk in the room and not smell bacon. So
There you go. That's
Amen.
it.
Amen. I
So-
brought Marty on.
That's
knowing
right, that's
Marty's
right.
going to be Marty.
So the idea.
Unless you're a Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's
Okay,
right.
that's
That's
it.
right. So why we're defining the task, but why create the task if you're not, if the intent,
Again, I don't
if the
think
intent
I don't
is-
think you hear what I'm saying.
I agree with you.
all right,
Cat
I don't think
is
you hear what I'm
he
saying.
agreed
what-
with him. He's
what-
asking a question.
yes,
Yeah.
and I agree with this question. If you are putting the task down, like you're
Yeah.
saying, why do you put the task down? Because it's important,
Right. And it's got to
Right?
be completed.
So now, what if you don't complete the task?
That-
Why is it
What
about
if you get
completing the task?
70% done?
What if you
Oh,
only
okay.
do
Gotcha.
90%?
Gotcha.
So many
Okay.
people. Oh my God, that's a big one.
There you
Carrie
go.
only does
Now,
90% of the task, and then goes, "It's done." She carries the recycling to literally the edge of.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
man.
Now.
Wow.
Hang on. Yeah, no.
Wow.
We've lost our host.
There you go.
She carries the garbage
Right,
out to
so-
like the edge.
I'm gonna,
Yes, right to the edge of the dumpster and goes.
I'm
"You
done.
did?"
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Easy.
You sorry.
Wow.
You were 5
Wow.
feet away from the garbage can.
Why
not
couldn't
just
you?
carry
Yeah.
it to the
Yeah.
garbage can?
How about it?
Oh, that's such a hot topic. Thank you, Pat. Right? Glad you brought it up with the last 8 minutes in
Yeah,
the show.
That's right.
Here's what it does for me.
What does it do?
All right. It keeps my productivity high. How? How?
How?
Because the list is there.
Yeah.
And I can look at that and go, I have to get this list done. Or I can go, oh, look, Aunt Sally's over at whatchamacallit on Facebook and she's posting about this. And I'm dilly-dallying and screwing around. And there's so much crap on here.
Use dilly-dally.
Yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
So much crap that can distract you from what you need to get done. And if it's there and I know that that's got to get done, or I can screw around on here, I got to get that done first.
Okay.
That's what the list does for me. That's how the list moves me forward. And they are only things that I enjoy doing and I can do and nobody else can do. No, I have to complete 80%.
80%.
Oh, 80%.
80% of the list. Yeah, the rest can work.
Wait. 80% of a task?
Or 80% of the list?
80% of the
The
list.
list. The list.
Gotcha.
So each
list.
task is 100% complete.
I take the
We
garbage.
Are talking about multiple
My trash.
things here. I'm a statistics guy.
My
We-
trash
we
goes
are
all the way to
now
the curb.
talking numbers.
But here's what,
Yeah.
All the way to the curb.
but here's what I'm saying.
Sorry, Carrie.
I can have it. So I can
Love
put a
you.
task out.
Yeah.
And if I get 70% of it, I've grown and moved my business forward. I don't have to do
Nope.
it. I don't have to complete it.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I think
And it doesn't come off your
depends.
list. You
Nope.
haven't completed the task.
Yep,
It's
nope.
still on your list.
Nope.
It's not done.
Yep.
Yeah. But I
So
feel
you're
like
saying, so you agree that you
enough.
got to complete it.
You can
It's
say
got to be
100%.
complete.
Yeah.
I don't know of a task that you can pat yourself on the back for when you say I've only done 80% of the task. When you're saying that we almost missed. There you go. When you're saying I did 80% of my list because I got more on my list than I could. That's but every task has got to be. There's nothing I can imagine to say I need to go buy paper clips. Well, I was 80% there. It's a success.
I grabbed the paper clips. I walked out of the
Right.
store. I just didn't buy
give
them.
me
Looked
a
at them
test.
online.
I just
Give me a
didn't buy
test.
'em.
Wait.
I just didn't buy them.
He's saying I'm 100% wrong. Go ahead. All right.
Because I go,
What's
I
a
go in-
task?
I go into the store and all of a sudden they're giving away free paper clips. I didn't buy paper clips.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
The
task-
because you said the task
Yeah.
was to buy.
All right.
Hang on.
You understand what I'm saying?
Semantics now, jackwagon. We're
No,
not going down that route. We're not going down that
Look at
route.
tasks.
Hang on.
I can guarantee you, I can take a look at all of your businesses, and you have written a task down and gotten close enough and said, okay, I'm all right with that. I've
Stays
grown and
on.
I've got enough.
Stays on. Stays
Fair
on my
point.
list until it's done.
However,
Yeah.
I'm not putting in my business, go buy paper clips. I'm putting in my business plan, my task list, acquire paper clips.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, but that's not what was said, right? That
Yeah.
was not the example.
All right.
I-
There you go.
But this is where we're changing.
Is this how you want to
semantics
spend the
of
last 5
verbiage.
minutes?
Right.
This is how
5
we.
minutes.
This is how
I'm
we
going to do it.
We're talking about what we learned today. I learned that Kent is really passionate about getting
So,
things
Nice.
done.
okay, so this.
Or
You have-
not.
You have an
Or not.
employee. You have an employee.
Yes.
And we're going to train for a week.
Yes.
And after 3 days, you go, you know what, you got this pretty good. And you don't train the other two. Have you ever done that?
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Hell yeah.
Not train
good enough, right?
and not train
Hell
the
yeah.
other two.
No.
Wait, you trained one but didn't train the other
The
two.
week.
And you.
He's talking about the weeks. The
Days.
week.
Oh.
Days.
Oh,
Days.
okay.
Days.
Oh,
Days.
gotcha.
One
I
human.
put it on my calendar.
Hey,
We're
So
gonna
you
train for a
finished.
week.
Right.
We've
And
all
I think
hey,
you're good enough on Wednesday.
No.
Your task was to train all
All
week.
right.
we've all taken shortcuts. I won't argue that
But-
we haven't taken shortcuts, right? Like we've all taken those shortcuts.
Leave your
I'm
wife
not
out of
arguing.
it. Leave your wife
But-
out of this conversation.
There you go.
Mm.
Oh.
This is a diss to her. I'm sorry,
Wow.
Carrie. I love you. You are not a shortcut.
No,
That's
but no,
right.
no.
Bargain.
You got all the garbage.
All right.
It only takes a
But-
bunch away out.
So all I'm saying is, yes, people take shortcuts. Now, understanding where you're doing it, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, I agree. Every little bit of understanding, we're all talking big giant views and
Yeah.
this is the task and I got to go acquire paper clips,
Yeah.
not buy paper clips, right?
Uh-huh.
Semantics. It is what it is. If I look at somebody, there's so many other variables that we're not even coming close to
Right.
talking about, right? If I'm talking about training an employee for 5 days and after 3 days they're blowing through it and they know it and they're understanding it, then I'm going to be like,
Because
let's move on. Are you
Right.
good? Yeah, I'm good. Let's keep going.
Yeah,
You
because
good?
the intent of that task was to train the employees. The intent of the task was not spend 5 days. The intent was to acquire paper clips. I said buy them, but the intent is we need
I
paper
love
clips.
this. Yeah.
So we
That's what it is.
We got 2 minutes left. I just want to ask a question.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. What did we learn today?
I
We
got-
have
no.
to literally get through this.
Come on.
I need to ask this question. Did we complete any task today?
Yes, I did.
I
Did
think
we
so.
accomplish anything?
I got a fucking show done.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
Look at that. I got an hour of
Nice.
airtime.
Nice.
You could've stayed here by yourself.
That's right.
You guys filled an
Exactly.
hour.
Sit here by
Quickly.
yourself.
Quickly.
Hey,
Listen,
Shaq.
I'll
Check.
ruin all your weekend. I'll shut us off now. We still got time.
All right.
All right. What'd you guys learn today? Kent, you first, please. You're fired
You know
up.
what? No, what I found out is a lot of people, a lot of business owners feel you have to complete something when I don't think you have to. Right? Completing things is important to a lot of people, but I don't think. I think you can grow and move without completing. That's what.
All right, I'm gonna piggyback on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback. On that.
Piggyback. Nice.
Hey, in the sense of I agree with that, and I see what you're saying, and I'm learning and understanding a little bit more about your mindset. And so what I learned is, yes, you don't have to complete a task, and I see your point in the sense of, when we do something big in our company, it's never gonna be complete. Right?
Okay.
You're always gonna
There you go.
adjust. You're always gonna be changing. You're always gonna be evolving.
That's fair.
You're always gonna be. So I see what you're saying, and I agree. And that's what I learned.
I learned that Joe has some real frustrations with his wife's completion or definition of completion of tasks. Yeah.
Wow.
Why do you say that out
And
loud?
I love Carrie.
I thought that was a great point.
I think-
Yeah.
And I think Carrie gets way more done than Joe ever would.
Wow.
She is the taskmaster.
Yeah.
So
She is.
yeah, cheers to Carrie.
I'm not arguing.
Carrie
I
Turner
agree.
is a rock star.
She's a
So
relic.
yeah, yeah, she
All right.
should be.
She's the head Turner.
Yeah,
There you
she
go.
should be.
She's a head turner. Nice, nice. All right, so I'm going to say that the first thing I learned was that whenever we do a show, we should define what tasks mean early on, so we all agree on what we're talking about.
That's right.
I like it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I learned that.
All
I
right.
like it a little.
All right,
a little
all right.
conspicuous.
But the
A little
more
conspicuous.
important thing I learned is that what'd you say, tallywhackers or what?
Jackwagons?
No, jackwagons and piggly wigglies or something. You said that neither
Lollygagging.
lollygagging,
Lollygagging.
neither are available at Jewel.
Wait, did you Google that? While we were
Yeah,
here?
yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
I needed
Okay.
something to do in the
That's it.
past hour.
Before we get out of here, guys, shout
Yeah,
out
please,
again
one more
to
time.
you guys stepping in for Steph. Steph, yes, it did take 2 dudes to fill your
Yes.
shoes, but we
Ew.
could see them over the microphone.
Wait,
So, what?
Yeah, I'm wearing.
That's 2 dudes to fill their shoes.
gross.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Never mind.
No, never mind. Anyway, yes, never mind.
Jackwagons.
Yeah.
And
All right, Joe,
Waggers.
where are you from? How do we get in touch with you?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Hey, Brightway Insurance. We are an independent agency again, helping with your home auto umbrella. I know your rates have gone up. Things are crazy in the market. Call our team 847-807-3200 or brightwayjanicki.com.
Always insuring people, places, and things.
That's right.
nice. Wow, that was
Look at
beautiful.
that guy.
All right,
Look at that guy.
that's right. All right, I'm Marty Jalove with Master Happiness, a business coach that just wants to help, again, small businesses, teams, and individuals find focus, feel fulfilled, and have fun.
And absolutely. And your book, the title of your book
Is What's Your Bacon, available on Amazon or at on my site, masterhappiness.com.
And again, with that book, Joe's giving away a
Yeah, complimentary quote. Right, exactly. That's
And-
right.
And I'll get it autographed for you.
There you go. There you go. That's right. He'll pay that expense.
Hey, listen, we want to thank everybody for
Well,
joining
you.
us for another great episode of
Maybe.
Dinner with Steph
I
and
should
Joe.
have this back in
For
here.
those of you who are celebrating Easter, have a blessed Easter.
Good
And
day.
we'll be back next Friday.
Love.
Bye bye.